So mad to find. I said, "What were you doing?" I said, "What were you cooking with?" If you saw him, you'll see he eats a lot, and he was eating. And I said, "You use my cream of nature because that's expensive. Pam is cheaper." And he was like, ugh. It was worse though. Once I had a hair weave, and I didn't use the sewing. I used the bonding. And he said to me, "Hun, what's wrong with this toothpaste?" Huh. You have to be there for that. That's all. You have to be there. It's just one of those things you have to be there. But I'm going to tell you that I haven't seen this individual for a long time, and he's got a show right now. Is he here? He's here. Hello there, handsome. How are you? Look, I don't know anymore. They're just walking through the door. Unbelievable. Come on in. Have a seat. Take care. Sign in. You know what to do. You know what to do. You know what to do here. By a round of applause. Is everybody's first time? Who's first time here? Round of applause. All right. So then let me tell you a few things. This is a place that is very different from any other place that you will go to, because my job is to get you guys in and out as quickly as possible. So that's what I focus on. And I ask that maybe you guys follow me, not me, but follow LA School of Comedy on all platforms, because we're trying to stay open. We're going to be doing a fundraiser because it'll be my 20th year in June. And so that's a long time to be doing this. And I can't lose it now because of a stupid pandemic. You know what I mean? Because that's when I got behind. So we got to try to find. The Chamber of Commerce is here tonight. I want to thank them for coming out to support me. That's why I'm talking about money right now, so you'll know what's going on. And we also have a light that we're going to show you after we give a round of applause to Samantha Linderman, your comedy concierge, who makes this all possible. God bless her. That's the light. She's going to give you the light. When you see that light, you have 2 minutes to wrap up. And I don't think there's any more rules than that, except if you want to buy a tape, I'm old. If you want to buy, I wish it was a tape. I'd know where it is. I would know where my tape is as opposed to looking at my phone and doing this all the time. When you see her later, afterwards, if you want to buy a copy, please feel free. But this is the only place that you're going to find, I think. And make sure you sign in, too. Because what I hate is when an agent calls and says, "You know the person that was wearing a plaid shirt." That could be me. God forbid I memorize and do any work. I can't do that. I'm glad you got me some water. You were thinking about me. And I'm glad for that, because I was. Watch your ass. Hey, hello there, handsome. Come on in. Water's fine. You're too late for that. We're live. Come on in. Have a seat. Give me your hair. That's all I see. It's probably styled down there, too. I'm kidding. I got to tell you, though, things change when you get older. My husband said to me, "What the hell have you been?" He said, "Where the hell have you been?" I said, "What do you mean where I've been?" I came back. I was changing. He said, "It looks like you're shaping it up down there." And I said, "Shaping it up?" I said, "It's falling out." That's crazy. I wish I could make that up. That would be really nice. But you know what? We have comedy comes in so many flavors here. I have to tell you, that's why I really love this place. And I'm going to bring up a gentleman who's been with me for a little bit now, and enjoy the comedy of the one and only Colin. Let him hear you.
Get up for soon to everybody. All right. So, I speak French. Anybody know a second language around here? Anybody? Woo! Couple second language. Anybody know French? Anybody? No, maybe a little bit. I used to do karaoke in France. I love karaoke, and do that every week in France. And there was this one French guy who would only sing Johnny Cash songs. And the problem with Johnny Cash songs is they don't sound good in a French accent. Just every week. I fell into a burning ring of fire. It went down, down, down as the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns the ring of fire. I hear the train coming. All right. No, it's funny though. I used to, when I first learned French, they teach you the Pledge of Allegiance in French. So I had to do that in class. I'd have to do Je promets de la fidélité au drapeau des États-Unis d'Amérique et de la République qui les représente une nation solidaire de les deux, indivisible avec la liberté et la justice pour tous. That is all I knew. And also the color blue. And how to count to 10. But I would flirt because I was a huge flirt in high school. And I would flirt with the girls in class who in like my math class, my history class, who were taking Spanish. And they were like, oh my God, you know French? You're learning French? Of course, of course. And they'd ask me, oh, well, tell me something in French. Oh, je promets de la fidélité au drapeau des États-Unis d'Amérique. I'm just saying the Pledge of Allegiance. And she's like, oh my God, what did you say? Your eyes are as blue as the ocean. Your smile is radiant as the sun. I learned after a while that you don't need to learn the French accent to be or you don't need to learn French to be sexy. You just need the accent. Because I tell you this is all you need. If you can do the French accent, you are automatically very sexy. You do not need to learn all of this extra language stuff. It's kind of like, it's a little bit like, you don't need the motorcycle, you just need the helmet. That's kind of what it feels like. I saw the most ridiculous billboard I've ever seen in my entire life recently. I was driving on the 110 and I saw a billboard and it said, have you been sexually harassed? Call 1-800-FU-BULLY. F-U-BULLY? Fuck you, bully. We're going to bring sex back into this? Like, that's such a weird choice of words. Like, fuck you, bully. Like, that's like if you had a billboard for burn victims and it said, call our hotline. That's a weird. That's like if you were an amputee from it. Like if you were wrongfully amputated by your doctor, and it said, "If you've been wrongfully, whatever, call 1-800-CUT-IT-OUT." Like, that's just so weird. Also, bully. Like bully. I don't think of sexual harassers as bullies. Like what? Like a middle school bully? Like, ha! I got your tit. Like what? That's such a weird choice of words. But I'm technically, I guess you'd call me mixed race. I'm half Turkish, half Irish. My dad is really dark, but my mom is super white. My mom also remarried, had with an Egyptian guy, had kids with him, and all my half brothers, were all light skinned. And I realized something. My mom dates brown men, but she makes white kids. That's her racism. My mom's uterus is like a Brita filter. Just takes out all the impurities, I guess. That's fucked up, I know. Hey, she did. It's her uterus did that, not, I didn't tell her to do that. I think like you were the most upset by that. Leave it to a white guy to be the most, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, we get calls from the KKK. They're like, how did you do that? I was fucked up. I was fucked up. But I like the idea of the KKK, because the KKK, I assume all of them are stupid, right? Like, who thinks any of them are smart, right? I like the idea of the KKK thinking that they need to use white women to, as their, like, secret weapon. That makes sense? No? Okay. like they think that's the new way to, like, like, they're so stupid they think that's how you're going to, like, change the races. Okay, that's all right. We can. Let's rewind to when you guys liked me. Can we go back to that? That was great. But yeah, my stepdad, he's Egyptian, and he's all about money. He's very focused on money. He tries to give directions. He only knows how to give directions based off of where banks are. So I'll be like, hey, how do I get to, how do I get to the Costco? And he'd be like, okay, so you're going to make a left at Chase Bank. Okay, go a few blocks, you make a right at Wells Fargo. Okay, and if you see the South Bay Credit Union, you've gone too far. I'm like, what the hell? That's, I saw this on the news recently. This just blew my mind. Did you guys hear about this? There was a 6-year-old who recently shot his teacher. A 6-year-old. And I know this is fucked up, but I kind of wonder, like, if he said some slick shit before he pulled the trigger. I don't know. I just think it'd be funny, 6-year-old. I'll tell you when nap time's over. What color do you bleed? Crayon red? Okay, that one. I swear to God, if you ask me to sound out that word one more time. Okay. All right. Great. I get to end on a high note. Thank you guys very much. Let's bring up our wonderful host, Sunda. You can find me at Colin_comedy on Instagram. Thank you guys.
One L or two? 1 L. All right. Make me reach up. Oh, I thought I saw a roach. That's so crazy. You could tell where I'm from if I thought I saw a roach. And remember, you have to act like white people when you see a roach. You have to say, oh, it's a cricket. Because they know what it is. And here it is, and here it is. Okay, let's give it up for the comedy of the one and only Lucas. Let's hear it for Lucas.
Hey everybody. I work as an assistant, which means that I've got to call customer service all the time. It really fucking sucks. Super frustrating. I'm at the point now where if I get an Indian guy, I just hang up right away. I just don't even. And it's not because I'm racist or they're even bad at their job. They're actually most of the time they're better. They're way nicer. You know, you call in, you're like, Delta fucked me, and they're like, oh my God, I hate Delta. I work here. It sucks. And you're like, well, thanks so much, Tyler from Bangladesh. That means a lot. Can you help me? Can we get this solved? And they're like, oh no, I don't even have a computer. You know, I'm just sitting here in a room, just a phone. And then you got to call some lady from from Texas or whatever, Brindley or something. She'll help you, but she's so mean. She's a bully. But she does get you your money back eventually. But I much prefer Tyler from Bangladesh. He just has no power. I don't like that he goes by Tyler, though. It's a business transaction. He starts off right away just lying to you, And he just go by his real name. But names don't really mean anything these days, do they? Just names are kind of random. What's your name?
Jonique.
Is there a meaning behind it, or did your parents just like the name?
There is a meaning behind it.
Okay, so she's special. Okay, she's unique. My name's Lucas. No meaning behind that. My parents just named me that just randomly. But in the past, names did mean something, right? If your last name was Smith, your family was a blacksmith. If your last name was Cooper, your family made casks and barrels. It linked to your job, which always makes me wonder when I meet someone with the last name Dickinson, right? Like, what the fuck was going on there? Like, was that guy's job or like just something that he was into, Maybe, I like to think maybe he was like a painter or something. He goes down to the name change office like, hey, I'm a painter, so my family will be the painters, right? And they're like, no. We know what you did. We know what you did. You're a monster. Everyone from now until the end of the time in your family is going to be known as Dickinson. All right, thanks so much, everybody. It's my time.
Where do we find you?
You don't. You can't, actually.
Yeah. I'm from Jersey. I'll find you. Lucas! Hey, watch your back there, Mr. Hare. All right. Who's coming in? Everybody here is so unique. Let's give it up for the comedy of the one and only Jonique. Let's hear it. Where are you, Jonique? Right there. There you go.
I'm good. This is my first time meeting you, but
I saw you when I came in here.
oh yeah, that's true. That does count. Thank you so much. We really like. What part of Jersey are you from? Patterson. I have no idea where that is. I guess that's a good. Is it close to Elizabeth?
No, Elizabeth Central.
Where's Patterson?
Patterson's like number 2 in crime right now.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like one of those. Trenton, Newark, Patterson.
Oh, okay. Because my ex is from Trenton, so.
Get out.
Okay, yes, and
Tell us about it.
oh my gosh, no, like he's one of those people who like grow up in the hood and then like forget that they grew up in the hood. He was like, yeah, I want to surf now. I was like, really? Come on, dude. Like, if I tell your tech job right now where you're from, they'll be like, listen, okay, it's just, I kind of moved out here from my ex, so I try not to involve him in my set. He also cheated on me with his high school teacher, so I'm just like, right. So like, fuck that guy, yeah. But no, like, earlier, the reason why I was like not trying to say much because part of my set is literally about my name. So when you're like, oh, Jonique, I was just like, let's see, what should I say? What should I say? But no, so yeah, this is actually a name of mine, Jonique. It's just not my first name. It's my middle name because my mom gave me the first name Casey. She was like, I actually want you to get a job, you know? Yeah. But also she was a teen mom. So that's where Jonique comes as a middle name. And then my dad's last name is Johnson. So, my mom was a huge fan of Casey and JoJo. Anyone know that group? Okay, we got a few people. For the white people, they're like, I guess the equivalent is like One Direction. If you just take away two of them, like that's the closest you're gonna get. But my mom was obsessed with it, so she wanted my name to be like Casey and JoJo, like the first two letters, right? But when you're a teen mom, your grandma really is raising you. And she saw that. She was like, First of all, you're going to give her a full name. Because she was going to give me the initials KC as my first name. Yeah, deadass. Just KC. She's like, second, she's not getting the middle name, Jonique. She's going to have my name as a middle name, right? And so they duked it out and decided to just, put it together. And I appreciate that. But I don't think they really thought it through about the initials because, like, it's kind of hard to get a job when you're like, hi, I'm KCOJ Johnson, Oh, okay. That's where the line is. This is good to know. Y'all are great. Y'all are good people. He died recently. Yeah, he recently died. He got cancer, which is not how I thought he would go, honestly. I feel like most of us thought he would, just kind of like what he did, I'm just saying. I just thought he would get an eye for an eye, but karma does not always work that way. Someone was talking in French earlier. Yeah. So my second language, you would think would be similar, right? Because I grew up in Florida. I lived here now. But I decided my second language would be Japanese because I was a nerd. Yeah. I kind of wish I learned Spanish now. Really would have been useful. Especially like where I live right now, all my neighbors are Mexican. And for a lot of them, like English, they don't even speak English. So it's kind of hard sometimes because I want to get to know my neighbors. And all I can say is poquito Espanol. And they light up because they think, oh, she's going to say more. And it's like, no, that's all I'm going to say. That's literally it. I'm sorry to disappoint. So sorry. But yeah, I did grow up in Florida. Florida is an interesting place in the sense that I feel like if this was the Truman Show, Florida is clearly like, the center of everything. It's a wild place, but it taught me how to survive, I've been through some hurricanes there. Yeah, I went through a school shooting, unfortunately, there too. Yeah, it taught me an important lesson, though. Never show up to places on time. Like, I almost could have been shot, if I went to the library on time, but I didn't. My lateness saved my life, y'all. That's all I'm saying. You don't always have to be on time because that's what the shooter wants you to think, That's what they want you to think. Anyone single in the audience? Who's single? Okay. Sounds just as depressed as a single person would sound. It's okay. Listen, I know it's hard out here, especially in the city. It's why I gave up. Yeah, I'm not dating no more. It's the apps for me. It's really the apps. They are, especially as a black woman, like y'all know statistically, our chances are very low compared to other people, right? So I was like, let me increase my chances a bit, right? I downloaded this app called BLK. It's black, right? Anyone heard of this app? Been on this app? I see some familiar faces because that app, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I joined it thinking, oh, I'm going to see black people. I kept seeing white people on this app. I was like, is this the right app? Like, I could have sworn I put BLK. But it's okay. Like, I finally matched with someone. I'm thinking things are going good, right? We go to a Mexican restaurant. We eat some food. And we go back to his place. Things are about to get on or whatever. And he looks me dead in my eyes. True story. And he's like, can you eat my ass? And I was like, excuse me? He was like, yeah, I cleaned it up before we went out. I was like, no, that's not the issue. Like, whoa. I was just like, was like, there's so many things. First of all, I just met you, you know? And I don't know much about eating ass, but I'm sure the etiquette is not to eat Mexican food before. Like, let's be real. Third, I'm like, I have the bigger ass. My ass should be getting ate if anyone's ass is getting ate in here, okay? That's why we got a parking ticket the next day. I was so happy. I was like, see, that's your karma right there. That's your karma. I also tried her because I don't discriminate. You know, part of the community, but I am bi, so I am a flight risk. Yeah, just one dick away. But yeah, so I joined her, and her is supposed to be women who love women. Like, that's what the app is advertised as, right? After the 6 straight looking nigga, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm on the wrong app again. Like, I don't know what this keeps happening. What's going on, right? But I happened to meet someone. We happened to both be in Tulum, which I thought was pretty cool. And we were at the club. And you know, I'm just a bit more masked because I only pull when I'm dressed masked. I do not pull women when I'm dressed like a woman. I wonder why. Kidding. But yeah, so things are going good, and she's like, yeah, me and my friend, we're about to leave the next day. If you know, you want to come back. And I kind of forgot I had Mexican food before, so I was just like, you know, I would love to, but I'm just blah, 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 blah. That was my stomach, so I kind of fucked that up. Oops, sorry. And then there's Tinder, which is probably the worst of them. Yeah, I'm so happy they're getting sued. Like, I'm so happy because they banned me. Yeah, true story. I think it's racism because how would they know I'm the same person after 35 accounts? You know, I did change my hair. Come on. No, but Tinder is just terrible because, first of all, everyone on Tinder, there was people who thought it was a catfish, and I was like, I don't know to take this as a compliment or do I look like a scammer? Like, I don't know what to take it as, right? Then this lady called me a drug addict because I smoke weed. She's like, that's how it starts. It's a gateway. I'm like, weed is legal here. Like, what is going on? And then if you're bi, they will only show you men. So you have to put lesbian. Otherwise, you're just going to get men and a bunch of couples who are like clearly trying to save their failing relationship. And it's kind of awkward because there's always one that's ugly. And it's like, I don't know what to tell you. There's several reasons why this not gonna happen, but the main reason is like you gotta look like a foot fungus. I'm just letting you know. Like, if you don't want to fuck them, what makes you think a third person does? I'm just saying. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Shoot, I don't actually know what to leave y'all with. Hold on, I got so many in the. Okay, I'm gonna leave y'all with this story, and then I'm gonna head off. Okay. Growing up, though, I didn't really know my dad, right? Like, my mom and my dad were divorced, so I made up these stories in my head of what he was, right? And all I knew, he was in prison, but I didn't know why. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, maybe he was a Black Panther, you know, fighting for rights and stuff. I made him as heroic as possible because when you have a dad who's in prison, especially as a Black person, people automatically assume that you're, you know, and it's just like, between the two of us, only one of us has a master's degree. All I'm saying, okay? But it's kind of hard to realize your mom has terrible taste in men, right? Because I was staring at him directly in the eye. Well, I was looking down because it was 5 feet. I'm just saying, like, I was really expecting my mom to have better taste. That's my time, y'all. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. You can find me on all socials at Jonique Stars with a Z and Jonique spelled like Monique. Thank you. With the J. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm already. Yes, make sure you get your picture from Sam before you leave. Make sure, guys, that you get your pictures from Sam before you leave. All right, so we're not uffing and iffing. Let's give it up for the comedy of Griffin. Griffin, where are you? There you go.
How are you guys doing? Yeah, hell yeah. I'm trying to learn new things about myself. I have anger issues, but not at people. I get angry at objects. Is anyone else a psycho like this? Like, I was at a hotel and I bumped my head on a lamp and I went, I'll kill you, to a lamp. Like, to a lamp. And then I went up to my room and I came back down because the lamp was right by the elevator, and I saw the lamp again, and I was like, listen, I gotta apologize. That wasn't me back there. That's not who my parents raised. That's not the kind of man I want to be. I've gotten mad at a bra before. I have. I was taking it off a woman, and let me say this, ladies, those are hard to take off. Like, men get a lot of flack for that. They are very difficult. That's the only clothing item that's a puzzle. You know what I mean? Like, feels like trying to disarm a bomb with a boner. Like, it's stressful. You think you're cool, you're trying to do it with one hand, you're like, fuck it, I need two hands. She feels that you're going in with two hands, it's getting bad. I was trying to take it off her, and she could sense that I was struggling. And she was like, is this your first time trying to take off a bra before? And I got defensive. I was like, nah, your mom's last night. She was like, what? I went, you should go. You should go. I'll still pay you. No, I'm just kidding. I've never paid for sex. Not that prostitution is wrong or anything. No, it's wrong. That's what I take. It's wrong. My friends partake in it. They love it. They go on trips for it and all that. I remember I was in Amsterdam one time with a group of guys, and they have a red light district there, a place where you can partake in those activities. And the way it works is a woman will set up a little like window, and guys just cycle through there all night. And that's cool, that's fine, but I feel like that's very transactional sex. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I was doing that, I'd be talking to her like you talk to an Uber driver, just like making small talk, you know? How's your night going? Oh, busy? Yeah, it's Friday night. Makes sense. Lot of drunk people. Yeah. Oh, someone threw up in here. No. Oh my God. They cleaned it. They didn't even clean it? Oh my God. I like your accent. Where's your Turkey? You're from? That's interesting. Your family's still there? I'm sure they're proud of you. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put my own headphones in now. But yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Thank you. Honored. Thank you. As I check my notes, it's a good time. I do have a girlfriend, and it's going well, but we're starting to like have fights for the first time, and it's stressing me out because like I'm a good boyfriend and I like being in a relationship, and I get so much anxiety that I'm gonna get broken up with. Like, if we have the slightest disagreement, I start having a panic attack. I start thinking to myself like, damn, I'm gonna have to pick my own Halloween costume again. You know, like I see a future where I'm the Joker without a Harley Quinn. Like, that's bad. If you see a guy dress up as the Joker and he's single, run. He might actually be the Joker. You know what I mean? Like, that's bad. It's stressful because, like, it's harder for a man to be heartbroken. And this is true. Like, rock with me on it's harder for a man to be heartbroken. Because, like, my girlfriend, for example, like, she's beautiful, she's interesting. She could get a new guy in a day. Like, and most women could get a new guy in a second. If I get my heart broken, I have to trick a whole new woman. Like, that could take so long. It's a lot of time and effort. I don't want to have to go through that. And women, like, you guys have such a more open-minded society. Like, you ever heard a woman say, like, oh, I'm done with men. Like, I'm giving up on men. I'm going to be with a woman now. Straight guys, we don't have that luxury. No guy's ever been like, I'm giving up on women. What's up, dude? Like, we don't do that. What's more realistic is a guy would be like, I'm giving up on women. Where the animals at? Like, that's and we'd be proud too. We'd be like, hey, you gotta meet my new girl, Oinkella. She's so low maintenance, dude. She doesn't want to go get fancy sushi. She's cool with the trough, and she just rolls around in her pen. It's awesome. I get to watch the game. She just likes mud, so it's like we have so much in common. Oh, man. Another thing is, like, women always have a backup guy waiting in the wings to take over. Like, even if they don't know it, there are guys. Like, my girl has one of those guys. When we first started dating, she's a painter. And she'd have these art shows. And this same guy would always come to her art shows and try to buy all of her paintings. And it's like, I see what you're doing. She disagreed. She's like, he's just into art. I'm like, yeah, the art of stealing my girl. Like, I can see what's happening here. But the reason why it's confusing is she's actually very talented. Like, her artwork is great, which makes it, I can't, like, make an accusation. I kind of wish it was bad. Because I'd be like, you're here for pussy. That art sucks. Okay? Know what you're up to. He's a big football guy, too. Like, I'm kind of big. I'm 6'2". Okay, no claps. This guy's like 6'5", huge football guy. And it's like, if you're going to show up to all these shows and try to take my girlfriend, at least help out. You know, it's like, at least move a couch. If you're trying to fuck my girl, move the couch. There's 3 cases of waters I need to be brought in, you know what I mean? Wasn't a gentleman about it at all. I don't know. I don't like fighting. Men don't want to fight in a relationship. Women don't want to fight either. I feel like they just have a responsibility to do so sometimes. Like, it's like, you know how, like, you ever heard that thing where, like, firefighters will, like, burn down a forest a little bit, like a controlled burn, so a bigger fire doesn't happen later? I feel like women do that with fights and relationships. Like, let's just start a little fight for no reason, just to, you know, make sure, yeah, exactly, make it smooth. Like, my girl and I got into a fight. We were hanging out, and she poured water on me. And we both laughed, and it was funny. And then I poured water on her, and she went, I'm sad. I was like, okay, how does that? That makes no sense. That's not cool. You can't pick and choose. Because I'm like, I'm a nice guy. I'm a good boyfriend. Like, I'm walking around happy. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like fights are so shocking to me. I feel like I have sitcom energy, and then my girlfriend likes to throw in a Game of Thrones level plot twist into the relationship. It's like if you were watching Friends and then Ross got shot in the head. It's like, oh, that can happen in this show? I don't think that's a thing. And men and women fight differently, too. Like, men, if we get into a disagreement, we want to settle it right then and there. We don't want it to linger. Like, we can work it out right there. At the table, we fought, let's fix it and move on. My girl, she likes to simmer. She likes to marinate in the anger, get the full anger, like, really get it out. Like, I went over to my girl's house one day, and she was upset. And I was like, what happened? And she's like, I was just thinking about Saturday. Like, it's not sitting right there. I'm like, it's Thursday. Like, there needs to be a statute of limitations on the fighting. You know what I mean? That's how it starts. They start thinking. She thinks. Women thinking is good because we have a very equal society now. It used to not be like that. And it's like, everything's better now that we're equal. But, like, every time my girl sits down to think, there is collateral damage. My girl's never been like, I was thinking and everything's good and no one did anything wrong and I'm happy. You know, it's like, it's bad. When she says, I'm thinking, I start to get anxious. I'm like, what did I do? I'm freaking out. What I do? She said that the other day. She's like, I'm thinking. I'm like, okay. And she went, my friend Grace has been really standoffish. I was like, yes, she has. That bitch. You're right. Called the flower guy. I was like, change the card to sorry about Grace. And I'm in there. Thank you, guys. Oh, my name's Griffin James. You can find me at Griff James or Netflix The Circle, the reality show. I'm the face. They use me as a catfish photo. I'm not actually on it. It counts.
It counts. Great job. Great job. We are almost finished with this show already, and I gotta get some energy. Everybody had their Addies? Is Patty here tonight? Can't find Patty. Where's Patty? Patty! 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 Patty!
Thank you. Thank you so much. Is that it? Come on. This is good. This is great. This is wonderful. Look at you. It is very beautiful. Front row here. How you doing? What brought you here tonight? Sunda, that will do it. That will do it. Oh, I'm sorry, Albert. I need to make an announcement. Albert and I have a GoFundMe up to continue the search for the real killers now that OJ has passed away. We have that. We want to thank you for your contributions thus far, by the way, because we've been looking. There's just because OJ's passed away doesn't mean the search ends. We've been looking, mostly in restaurants, but we've been looking. Your money is well spent. So I'm trying to tell you, this is good. This is good, you know. I feel great. I feel great. You know, I got up today and I was hanging around my house and I said, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive 32 minutes, pay $10 to be mildly ignored by my peers. But not here. Give yourself a round of applause. Not here. Not at the LA School of Comedy. This is great. You could be anywhere, and you chose to be here. Gas is fucking expensive. I don't even buy it anymore. I just buy cocaine and run every fucking place. But we're here. We're here now, and this is my home mic. You know, when I'm here, I feel just like I do when I'm at home, riddled with insecurity and judgment. But let me just kind of share something with you, because I'm going to break some. I'm not going to do any stand-up comedy right now. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm just going to kind of describe to you, like most of you know, but some of you don't know, that I can be found most days at the Der Wiener Schnitzel on Olympic Boulevard. I was there. A little bit of advice. Do not eat 3 green chili dogs and have 3 cups of coffee before you come to the open mic. Don't do that, because I think I'm just kind of, if you'll give me a second, it's kind of backing up on me. I apologize. Woo! I just turned, thank you, just give me a second. I just had a magnificent birthday. I just passed 50. I'm north of 50. How about that? Fancy way of saying I'm 60. And that's why these moments are so alarming, because now I am part of what is called the shark demographic. Are you guys familiar? Clap if you've sharted or been around a shard or two. We all know this can happen at any age, but after 60, it is an occupational hazard of living. Am I right, Albert? Am I right? We learned that, you've got to be careful what farts you trust, what farts you do not trust. In life, it's like life. Philosophically, you have to be careful what farts you trust and what farts you do not fucking trust. It's very important in this life. Yeah. So you want to fucking jot that down. What farts to trust and what farts not to trust? So anyway, back to, did I mention I was at Der Wiener Schnitzel? And there's a homeless maiden there. And I love her, every day I see her there. And today she called me Hot George Bush. Which, it's nice to be called hot, if anything. And I was giving her $5. And the guy who was getting in his car in biker shorts. I don't get it. What do you... Anyway, that's a different story. What's with the biker? Why are you wearing biker shorts at Red Lobster? It makes no sense. No bike, just shorts. Here's my point. He goes, hey, she's just going to spend that on drugs and alcohol. I said, that's what I was going to spend it on. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Am I right? All this judgment. I found out that I finally got 86th from Chuck E. Cheese. It's the third time this week they threw me out of the ball pit. Apparently I have to bring my own children with me. I don't. My children are. I say something, but I recently celebrated 31 years of marriage. Thank you. Thank you. 3 wives, 31 years of marriage. But I have 3 beautiful children. Is my point. 3. So it's worth it. 3 beautiful children. I have 5 children, but 2 of them fucking annoy me. One of them, his name is Mandrake, and Mandrake calls me by my first name, which I think is his way of getting back at me for naming him Mandrake. I was going through a magician phase at the time. Anyway, I digress. But my son Mandrake lives an alternative lifestyle. Okay. Give it up for the LGBTQ people, and come on, you should be able to love who you want to love and be with who you're going to be, and if that's who he is and that's who he loves, I'm going to love him. Am I right? Because I hate to think he just started sucking cock out of spite. Although if you knew him, could be worse though. He could be a vegan. God damn! Any vegans here? Good. Let's talk about them. The hardest thing for a vegan to do, keep it to themselves. Like dietary Jehovah's Witnesses, they want to tell everybody. I've got a daughter, 28 years old, makes six figures, criminal lawyer, drives a Jaguar, owns a condo, still on my phone plan. When will this end? When does that end? In the heat of passion, if you kill someone in the state of California, you'll do 8 years tops. You make someone in the heat of passion, it's a fucking life sentence. It never ends. I'm trying to think. She thinks I'm an idiot. Can you imagine that? Thinks I'm an idiot? The other day we were walking down the street and I said to a woman who was in obviously a brand new, like a dress that she was enjoying. I said, it's a beautiful dress. It really suits you. And she said, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I look back at my daughter. She's giving me darts. She says, Dad, it's 2024. You can't just talk to women you don't know. That is a microaggression. I said, how do you think you got here? Did you think I sent your mother smoke signals? No, I microaggressed her constantly. I microaggressed the shit out of her. Because that's where you came from. We couldn't, and God bless you with your swiping and your apps. And this app is for that, and swipe, swipe, swipe. It's hard to stay in love. It's easy to fall in love. You can swipe all you want. I didn't do any of that. There was no slipping into DMs. There were no Ds. There were no fucking M's. We had to actually transverse land, go into an establishment where age-appropriate females congregated, approach one, and make noises from a hole in our face. It's called talking. That's where a lot of you come from. I told her, I remember the first words your mother ever uttered to me. I do, too. October was a Wednesday, 1992, October 3rd. And I was at the Improv, and she was right across from me at the bar in the front. She turned out, we'd been looking at her, she was playing with her hair. I knew something was going on. She looked at me and she did this. You know what this is? It's the original swipe right. That's how it was done, baby. This was your secret weapon, ladies. This was your come hither. Come hither. I made my way over there kind of quick, you know. I said, hi, I'm Patty, because I had absolutely no fucking game at all. She looked at me right in my eyes, and I was smitten. And she said, Patty, do you know where to get any cocaine? And I knew that it was really love, because I really loved cocaine, and so did she. And 31 years, thank you. 31 years, how about that? I guess it worked, all right? So here's what all I'm going to say to you is you know, if the apps aren't working for you, try some cocaine. Work for me. 31 years of marriage. It's made me what I am today, which is an evolved heterosexual. You are looking at an evolved heterosexual. I know that no means no. I've also been married for many, many years. I know that even yes means probably fucking not. Probably not. My wife and I, we try to spice it up in the boudoir, you know, so we try this thing. You ever familiar with this thing? It's called the hall pass. Clap if you know what a hall pass is. Okay, just to give you an idea, me and my wife, we imply the hall pass method, the hall pass technology, the hall pass technique, right? So you know what it is, celebrity, athlete, fair game, right? Now, I want you to know something. My wife is barely 5 foot tall. She's a little Filipina, 100% Filipina. I'm 100% Irish. By the way, in L.A., that makes our children legally tall Mexicans. Don't know if you know, but that's how they're made. Thank you very much. My tiny wife's, her hall pass is Idris Elba. Oh, she fucking loves some Idris Elba. She calls him a hot black Jesus. She loves Idris Elba. Now, my hall pass, I'm a comedian through and through. My hall pass was Joan Rivers till she died. You got to draw the line somewhere. Then was Sunda Kroonquist. Then it was Sunda Kroonquist. Her husband took issue with it, though. Mark said I couldn't do that. So for a little while, it was the Cholula hot sauce lady. You familiar? She's fucking hot, am I right? I mean, good looking, but turns out not a real person. Not a real person. So that's not fair. So now, my hall pass is, strangely enough, Idris Elba. All right, you guys have been adequate. I want to thank you for the use of the hall, and I want you to keep that enthusiasm going for the mistress on this misfit island of toys, soon to Kroonquist. Kroonquist, 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 Kroonquist. I'm Patty. Good night.
Listen, guys, on Wednesday nights and some Saturdays you can catch Patty at his own room in Pasadena, and it's called The Mix. He's the producer of The Mix. That's him. That's why it's always a good time to be here. And it's not just about us. We have the comedy of the one and only Craig Bruce. Let's do this, Craigie. Come on.
All right. It's great to be back here at the LA School of Comedy. My second open mic since 2007. That's 2 in a row. One more. That's called a winning streak. Anywho, I used to be a chubby kid. I know it's hard to believe. I get that a lot. Like, you were chubby? You look like you've always been skinny and good looking. But I'm like, no. Damn it! I was a chubby boy! I love the movie Friday After Next. It's one of my favorite movies. I was just thinking about that. Ice Cube. Great movies. Watched it on Tubi the other night. But yeah, I was a chubby kid. I was skinny in 3rd grade. 4th grade, I started gaining weight. My dad, he was on a budget. So he would buy like frozen TV meals like the Banquets, Hungry Man Jacks, lots and lots of pizzas, frozen pizzas. We had a whole freezer in the basement filled with pizzas. I was like Dewey Oxberger in the movie Stripes with Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, and John Candy. When they join the army, they talk about themselves to the drill sergeant. Like, my name's Dewey Oxberger. My friends call me Ox, but I notice I have a little bit of a weight problem. My doctor says I swallow a lot of aggression, along with a lot of pizzas. But it was like that. I mean, I would eat a whole frozen pizza before taekwondo class. That explains the gas thing. Someone's black belt told me I had my butt jiggle a little bit. But, yeah, my dad took me aside. He said, Craig, I don't notice you're packing a few pounds there. Getting a little chubby. Let me tell you something. It's easy to gain weight, and it's hard to lose weight. I'm like, thanks, Dad! But in school, as one of the things that made me uncomfortable in Phi Ed class in high school when the coach was separating the teams for playing basketball. When you shirts versus skins, skins, you take your shirt off, you play that way, show your nipples. But I was trying to anticipate the pointing. The coach pointing, shirts, skins, damn it! Whoa, that moved. I feel like Aladdin. Like, no, it's like the law of attraction, what you resist, you persist. What you don't want to happen, happens. That's what happened. But throughout high school, I was trying to find ways to hide my blubber, my belly. So I pulled my pants up like this. And the kids were like, hey, Bruce, why is your pants past your chops? I have my belly. By my junior year in high school, I was wearing XXL large t-shirts and baggy pants to hide my gut. Yeah, made my body look bigger and my head smaller. Hey, Bruce, why do you have a big body but a tiny head? I don't care. I'll take the damn tiny head. I just want to show my belly. Halfway through my senior year, I went to visit my brother, my half-brother, who was in Ireland, Ballyvaughan, Ireland. He was going to Burn College of Art, and we were climbing a mountain, and he's like, did you have to wear those pants? You look like a freaking kite. It was the XXL large windbreaker pants, black color. And then, did you have to wear that red jersey, the hockey jersey? You look like a brick wall. It was a XXL large Detroit Red Wings hockey jersey. I used to get laughing fits, so I got nervous. I started laughing, took off my jersey because I was hot. Please, bro, for the love of God, stop laughing. Your stomach's jiggling. It's freaking me out. I was like, that's it. It's go time, bro. You and me. That's it, big boy. I'm going to wail on you. But after that, I started running the trails in Ireland. That's where it started, my turnaround. And I know in Ireland they're superstitious, so they call if you run in the fields, the green fields at night, you might meet a fairy. They don't call them leprechauns, they call them fairies, and they don't like the word Lucky Charms. If you call them, say Lucky Charms, they can punch you in the face. But after that summer, I lost 50 pounds. I went from a XXL large t-shirt to an extra medium. I was like, extra medium? All right, something for the skinny boy, the skinny white boy from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. My name is Craig Bruss. You can watch the movie, 2 movies I wrote, directed, produced, and starred in, called The Matchstick Flame and The Matchstick Flame 2, Lanada Bay, like lighting a match. Watch it free on Tubi. I also have a part in a big movie, my first big movie, called Sweetwater. Thank you. Oh, I'll give you a hug. But watch it on Hulu, multiple streaming services. I'm on Facebook, Craig Bruss. Also, the Matchstick Flame movie pages, Instagram and Twitter, the Matchstick Flame 123. You're an absolute wonderful audience. Thank you. Bless your hearts.
Bless your heart. Great job, Craig. Did you have fun?
I did. Thank you.
Good. I hope so. I hope so. Let me tell you something. If you think, where the hell do you think you're going? Okay, I just want to know. This is what he does. He's going to organize stuff now. He's going to go there and organize it for me. If you think there's a dearth of females in comedy, think again. This femme fatale is going to show you what it's all about. Get ready for the comedy of the one and only Samantha Linderman. Let her hear you. Your comedy concierge.
Never fist bump. I don't know. We were just 2 comedians passing in the night. She's busy. I'm Sam. You might recognize me from earlier. It's still me. I'm still here. You're probably like, wow, she's going to have some jokes. We'll find out. Did you guys know that Uber is not a dating app? Did anybody tell you guys this? You're only supposed to leave 5 stars, not 9 digits. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Because at least I know he has a car. And they don't have that on the app. It's like, I know he's a fucking Libra. First of all, what's your moon? What's your moon? I don't give a fuck about your rising. I don't want anything rising. Where's dinner? Where is the food? I sound like a real treat, don't I? No, that's not what I'm like. I'm so different on dates. It's like you wouldn't even know I was a comedian. It's not true. It's the first thing I say. Wow, this is such a nice place. I'm a stand-up comedian. Yeah, what do you do? Anybody ever done karaoke since starting to do comedy? That'll trip you up. I grabbed that mic and that track started playing and I was like, how are we doing tonight? They're like, what did we do? I was on Santa Monica Promenade. This guy's like, you want to sing with us? And I was like, what's this, a microphone? I don't know. How's everybody doing tonight? Well, sometimes I come out by myself. And I look across the water. Come on, Santa Monica, come on. And I made no money. If prostitution is wrong, then why does it seem so right, Griffin? Then why are we up here prostituting ourselves or laughing? I'm kidding. There's nothing like going to open mic, and I saw this girl. I was like, she's so hot. It was like me and her. It was like 2 girls there. I was like, should I even go up? I don't know if that's just me. If anybody else has ever felt that way. Like lately, I've been going to the open mic, and the host, like I was like the only girl there, and he was like, right, Sam? And I was like, you have the microphone, man. Whatever, it's your time, it's your world. We're all living in it. We are living. Bumble is getting sued. Also, all of them are getting sued, and it's like, for what? I don't know. I don't read the news. Oh my God. Sued is like 120 seconds a day. Please just watch the news for 120 seconds a day. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. What am I supposed to do without my 10 hours of TikTok time? What am I going to do? I was like, if they're taking it away, I'm moving to China, Mom. I can't do it anymore. I have no followers. None. They don't want me, but I need them. If it's a 10-minute video, though, I have to skip it. I was ordering things from the TikTok shop. It needs to stop. I need to stop. If Uber's not a dating app, then I don't know what I'm doing. One time I was on Uber on the way here. I don't have my license. I'm scared. Truth be told, it's the nightmares. Those will get you. It's the dreams. You know what I mean? I'm always going down the hill right by my grandma's house and the brakes stop right, and for some reason I skip every other house and I just crash into her. Nobody has that dream? You guys have never had that dream? Really? Or you just kill your whole... No? Okay. It's because my family has this thing called road rage on my dad's side. My dad's dad. Like, they were, like, talking shit to the horses. You know what I mean? Like, nobody is saying... Like, I'm so scared. Like, what's going to happen to me when I go behind the wheel? Like, I'm just going to turn into a man. I know what you guys are thinking. Like, you wish you could drive like a man. No. I mean, like, an angry man. You know, like, it's like... Do you guys have a dad where it's like, well, if you weren't laughing so loud, I wouldn't have missed that exit. And I'm like, hashtag girl giggle, kill me, you know? I'm sorry that we're happy in this Toyota Sienna. And I don't know how it's still going. My mom's like, I took the car back to the place for the 4th time today. And I was like, are they going to come for it? I don't know. It's like, what made you laugh? Tell me. No, was that crazy? I don't know. I feel like we're all friends. I've been saying, no, that was a lot. I don't usually cry. You can tell me. Did it make you think of something? Oh, you got. Stop it. But good for you. You didn't give up. See, I can't drive because I would just give up. They'd be like, it's not working. I'd be like, you guys did everything you could. Do you guys know those TikToks where it's like, come in, is somebody at the door? Am I? You know what happened? A homeless man asked me to buy him milk. And I was like, is this no, is this a pickup line? You know what I mean? Because they weren't out, but I was like, he's like, can you give me some milk? Nobody drinks milk anymore. So I was like, you know what? It's $3. You know, and I got him milk. He walks with me. And I don't know about you, but I walk to my 7-Eleven like from my house. So I'm like, how far are we going to be walking? So now every time I hear the door, basically I think it's him. You know that your 7-Eleven is good when the guy from 7-Eleven runs out because he sees the guy with me. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm great. Like, first, I couldn't yell help, but I didn't have to say I was great. I was like, I'm so happy. This is my husband. He has a car. You know it's bad when somebody's like, does he have a car? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, does he have an apartment? I'm like, he has a car. He's a car, and it's parked next to an apartment that looks really nice. He's so sweet. He has a dog. He's so sweet. I just don't like when guys take the word living room too seriously. It's like you're not supposed to live in the living room. Like it's a room in the house. It's not the living room. It's not like live to you from like my entire apartment is the living room. I don't know. It's just like I'm used to like there's like weirdness out there. I'm also starting a GoFundMe. Patty, I've told you about this. I need everybody to send me $1, whatever you can, every time I leave specifically this one man alone. And I think it's gonna be good for everybody, because I don't know if you guys know this, but like people get busy. And I sent him this text. I was like, you need to respect my time and my feelings, and I need to be respected. And I was like so happy. I was like, it's my Capricorn coming out. And it was so nice. I had nothing it was just, he was so nice. It's like, I call him my lawyer boyfriend. He's not a lawyer and he's not my boyfriend. But it's like, if anybody's going to tell on anybody, it's going to be me. I'm like, my lawyer boyfriend, not my boyfriend, not a lawyer. He's almost there. It's like we ate bagels together twice, and now every time I eat bagels, I think of him, and I'm Jewish! What? Every time I look at a bagel, I'm like, oh my God, he likes bagels. So does your whole family, your whole life. What are you talking about? That's crazy. Like, that is nuts. I'll end with this. So the other day, I was leaving an event, and I was, like, having so much fun. Like, security was trying to get everybody out, and I was like, come on, guys, you gotta go. You can't stay here. I don't care about it. Like, knowing they're trying to get me out. What was that? Is everyone okay? I gotta stop. The man with the milk is not coming. Everybody throw your phone right now. No, everybody throw your phone on the ground right now. Yeah, okay. Somebody committed to the bit really hard, and I cannot be liable for anything that happens to your phone. I'll say that right now. Basically, this guy's waiting. He's a Lyft driver, and he's waiting for his passenger, Alana. And I'm like, Alana, get your ass in this Lyft right now. Alana, right? Nobody's laughing. It's not a stand-up show. It's not karaoke. It's just a street. And I go, call me Alana, but I need a ride home, and so do my 4 friends. And I was like, guys, I got us a Lyft, meet him, you know. And it was like, I shouldn't have done that, but how convincing am I that I got the 4 friends in the car? I'm the youngest one there. I'm like, come on, guys, let's go, whatever. We get in the car. It would have been a $25 Lyft, right? He goes, just so you know, this is what I think driving looks like. Just so you know, it's going to be $60. Car falls silent. I say 60. He goes, yes, ma'am. And I said, well, you better pull over. My whole voice changed. Like, I said, pull over right now. Sir, help. I was like, $60? I was like, USD? Like, what are you talking about? $60. I was like, because you know what, sir? I was going to be so nice because you're letting me vape. I didn't ask him. I just started vaping. He said $60. I started vaping. I was like, because you're letting me vape, right? And I assume you're going to let me pick the SoundCloud shit that's coming through this fucking Subaru. I got him down to 30 and I ended up tipping him $12. I get back to my house. He's like, you want a shot? He gets to his truck. He's like, you want a shot? I go, of what? I'm thinking B12. I'm thinking ginger. I'm thinking green. Like, I'm from LA. I'm like, a shot? Like, what is this, turmeric? Anyways, turns out he's a stand-up comedian and he has 10 times as many followers as me. So Sid, if you're watching, why I haven't responded to your DMs, you shouldn't tell people if they want a shot of your trunk or your car. It's not a good look. Okay, please give it up for your host, the director of this place, Suna Kroonquist. I'm Sam Linderman. You can find me on Instagram at SamLikeTBH. I do want to say our kids' classes are going to be starting up again soon. It's going to be really fun. I was a kid who needed an improv class. I was a kid who needed to honestly work with Cindy Kruger. That was not straight. Anyways, but stay tuned for our kids' classes. We have shows coming up soon. Please follow us. We're available for podcasting. And
Don't you fall. Pot calling the kettle black. Know what she does to me in public? She goes, do you want to fall? Do you want to fall? When I trip, do you want to fall? Did you see me catch that, though? Can you imagine? Because you would have caught that. Oh, my God. After the earthquake, it just was crazy. My daughter fell, and I didn't know it, and I thought it was another earthquake. And she's like, I know. She was so upset. I said, my husband's earthquake. But let's give you a little bit of an earthquake. This guy coming to the stage is no stranger. You guys are going to see him. He has a new show coming out. Let's give it up for the comedy, the one and only Albert Linton. Let him hear you. Okay, here we go.
Okay, go ahead and applaud, please. Thank you, Simba. Thank you, Simba. Go ahead, applaud and get used to it. Yeah, I'm wearing these shades, and I'm going to wear them the entire time I'm here. My name is Albert Linton. Actually, it's Albert Nathaniel Arthur Linton. I don't use it because the initials are A-N-A-L. That's anal. For the soul people. I saw a few of you spelling it out in your head. It's good to be here. I haven't been here in a while, and I'm going to negotiate getting up there because I'm recovering from back surgery, and I think I found every hazard there is in the city of Los Angeles. Coming here, so.
There you go. Bring it to you.
Yep.
There you
You
go.
know, if what was it? Well, I want to go up there though.
Oh, not today.
Yeah, right. It appears to be the case. Yep. All right. It's all good though. So, you're from Florida. Where at?
Deerfield Beach.
Denver?
Deerfield Beach.
Deerfield Beach. Okay. I'm from Jacksonville.
Oh,
Yeah. Duval, yeah. My whole family is there. I was back there recently. There, I did it. Thank you! I'll be here all week. Try the veal. I already tried the waitresses. So, yeah, I'm from Jacksonville. I was back. My mom died, and I went back. And my mom died at 102 years old. It's interesting. She actually, the actual day that she died was like 5 days before her 102nd birthday. So my nieces would all say that, well, she died at 101. I'm like, are you fucking insane? Are you insane? 5 days, that means that she lived 360 of those days? Are you gonna take that shit away from her? Are you insane? Get a grip! So they call me the evil uncle. But I'm like the only one that got left. I meant to do this earlier. So you guys are a lot younger than me. Y'all don't give a shit about COVID. COVID come near you and say, fuck COVID. Beat COVID's ass. I know, I get it. But not me. I've been doing this for over 7 decades. So, I know, jerking off, that's what I meant. I've been doing this. Sorry.
Be careful, I cleaned that. I did that.
I know you did. I know you did. I know you did. And I'm not usually this clean, but when you come out to a public place, and I've been having the sniffles lately. The other day I noticed my nose is running. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I have to pay attention to shit like that. I mean, that might be the sign. And I'm like, just croak out and shit, you know? I don't know. I was thinking about my wife, the third one, because I really appreciate marriage. That's why I've had 4 of them. I think that women are spectacular the older they get, and they get so much more beautiful, unless they're dead. The dead ones don't look good. I'd have to tell you that, but they get all gray in the face and shit and blue in the lips and stuff like that. So I'm like, go on. But that's why it's important to remember the words of Jesus, because Jesus said, let the dead bury the dead. Right? Don't be concerned with them. So I'm not. I was thinking about my wife earlier today, well, one of them, the one who killed herself. And I was like, what the hell would cause someone to do some shit like that? I'd just smoke a joint instead, wouldn't you? Maybe 2 joints? You know what a joint is, sir. Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about. Luke, I don't even recognize you since you cut your beard. Right?
I've never had a beard.
Oh, so you're not the Luke?
To grow one, yeah.
Oh, you sound like the Luke I remember. But I think, no, he cut his beard, and that's what it looks like? Grow your beard back. But you're not that guy. You're not that guy. But you were very funny. You had a good set. I appreciate it. I started doing comedy in 1988. That's why I kind of take leisure time when I'm up here. Because it's like, it's not that it's old hat. It's just that I've been doing it so fucking long. And now I'm going to make my first videotape of my performance. After all of these years, I figure I should have at least 5 minutes, don't you? Okay, I made that joke up right then. It's a new joke, and it will not become an old one, because I'm never going to repeat that shit again. So, anyone here, no, what did I want to talk about? Something else. Anyone here smoke marijuana? Woo! 1, 2, there's a few, and okay, the rest of you know what marijuana is? Okay, all right, have you ever tried it? And I'm not recommending it. I'm just wondering, what the experience is. Because I detest it myself, but I smoke it 23 out of 24 hours every day. But I think it's awful. It's a terrible thing. No, you couldn't smoke anything that often, could you, without dying? Anyone in this audience speak English? Let's start there. Let's back up for a second. Hi, my name is Albert Linton. How are you? Are you okay? You speak English, all of you? Because that's kind of one of the requirements, okay? You have to understand the language. I'm in a movie called Lace, which means, I don't know if you've seen it. Thank you very much. It's on HBO All Black. It's a gem. And if you ever see it, then you'll know why I'm hot. I'm just fucking around. Y'all just stared at me like, what's wrong with this nigga? What's wrong with this nigga? What is he doing? What is he talking about? No, I'm hot. I have a good figure, and at 75, my actual age, I'm looking pretty damn good. And I look in the mirror and I'm there. Oh, I made it. 75, and then I think about some of the things over my lifetime that I kind of regret happened to me or that I did, and then I compare that time to this time. And the more decades you have behind you, the more in-depth you can go. I've come to realize that. So I feel kind of like the Marlon Brando playing The Godfather. Anybody see that? Yeah, right. Marlon Brando has got to be one of the all-time great American actors, don't you think? Or do you think so? I mean, he was absolutely spectacular in The Godfather, but he was spectacular his entire fucking life. Remember? No, you guys don't, do you? I appreciate being the oldest person in the room. Actually, I do. I know most of you are thinking, well, ain't this old man at home in bed? Is anybody responsible for him? How is he going to get home? I sure hope he ain't driving. I know his vision is bad at 70. And you're right. Those are concerns. But I ain't going to take Uber. I'm going to drive my car. I must live about, 5 minutes from here? Something like that. No, that's in no traffic. And, of course, that reality does not exist in L.A. No traffic. I live about 20 minutes from here, so I'll be okay. But anyway, I want to thank you for listening to me and staring at me like I'm from fucking Mars. And please welcome back to the stage Sunda Kroon.
Hey, listen, I thought the Funkadelics were back when he got up here. Hey, but it's twice as nice when you got the comedy of the one and only Alan Weiss. Let's do this.
Yep. Thank you. Hello. Good seeing you. I'm not as exciting as Patty. Or much energy. If I had as much energy as Patty, then I'd have 3 wives. I'm celebrating 21 years of being single. Yeah, there you go, Patty. No. Bumble is getting the Tinder and Match and everybody. They're getting sued because they've designed their apps as being addictive, and that's what they're being sued for. Anyway, that's just some informational because that came up earlier in the set. If you're wondering, I am autistic, and that explains why I looked that up. And some people ask, how did I get it? And I got my COVID shot. Just kidding, I sniffed glue. Just kidding, I was born with it. I got it from my mom and dad. Something happened. It was conception. That's, I think, what caused it. So I'm autistic, and people say, you have a great deadpan, and I say, yeah, it's called autistic. It's called autistic. I went to my therapist, and she said, you're on spectrum. And I said, how do you know? She's like, your shoddy connection. To people, everyone. So I told my friend I wrote a bunch of jokes on Best Buy dates, and then I had to clarify that I was not going to Best Buy on dates. I was talking about the dates on cans and stuff that have Best Buy dates, because I cook, and they have Best Buy dates, and I wonder, that guy who put those on, those must be the most accurate. Like, that's impressive. He has to understand how I'm going to keep that can in my house, figure out what temperature my house is going to be, how long I'm going to keep that can, and he gets the date, December 25th, 2029. That's pretty impressive. And yet, they still can't figure out the weather. Like, tomorrow it's going to rain, 60% chance. They'd never get it right. Get it more accurate, hire the bean guy. So I was cooking, and I went into my spice cabinet and opened it up, and I saw that the all my spices were old. So now I use them as deodorant because they're old spice. I went in and I had to saute the food. You got to do a little oil. So I saw my extra virgin olive oil has gone bad. Past the best by date. Now it's slutty olive oil. One that's been pressed one too many times. Which, if you know anything about olive oil, extra virgin olive is one press, and virgin is multiple presses. Just some information for you, just in case you're wondering. Because I like to educate you, so that you feel like you learned something after the set. Yeah, learn something. I have an impression of Matthew McConaughey as an accountant. Kind of goes like this. The thing I like about annuities is, as I get older, they pay the same way. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And the best part is you learn something about annuities, that they pay the same way. As you get older, it's good. It's an investment advice. So I was back in my kitchen, and I hate avocados because they don't have best right by dates. They should have best right by dates. Because I am sick and tired of coming home, opening it up, and finding that it's bruised and battered. Like my dating life. And I'm wondering, like, what the hell is happening in the market? Is someone just really stressed and he's taking it out on the avocado? He's like, oh, the prices are so high. And I'm the unlucky fool who buys the avocado and takes it home and it's all bad, you know. I have water filters and they don't have best by dates. They have best change by dates. I've never changed mine. And it's surprising. No one has ever said anything. Probably because no one's ever come over. I'm lonely. And single. Anybody? Any help me out? No. You can help me out. He seems like a guy who can get dates. So I also wonder, like, people should have Best Buy dates. Like my 1-year-old niece, she should have a Best Buy by 6 p.m. The girls I date, best after 2 or 3 drinks. Or my grandma expired 27 years ago. I know, you're like, oh, that's horrible. She can't hear it. She's dead. It's not like she's going to come back and be like, as a zombie, like, oh, I'm going to eat my grandson's brains for telling that joke. No, it's not going to happen. And if it did, it'd be kind of funny. I'd be like, see, Jews do come back as zombies. They talk about it in the Bible. We're going to dance in the streets of Jerusalem. Do you think we're all going to be alive? No, we're going to be zombies. Okay, well, Passover is coming up. Oh, boy. And my coworker told me, he's like, do you have a Hanukkah bush for Passover? I said, yeah, it's in the back. We light on. Yes, I said we do. We have a bush in the backyard. We light it on fire, hide behind it, and wait for Moses to come. But the problem with that is it's wrong in 2 ways. First off, it's about a menorah, not a bush. And second, it's 2 different holidays. One about 8 days of oil lasting 8 days, and the other about constipation. And if you've ever had matzah, you know why. You know why. So I don't want to shock you, but I'm an accountant. And I have the obligation as an accountant, CPA, to teach you something about accounting. It's true. I have to teach you. It's in my contract, in my license. So I promise I won't bore you with the history of accounting. So by 3000 BC, the Mesopotamians invented it. By 1495, the Italians modernized it. And by the mid-1800s, the Scottish professionalized it. I'm telling you all this to let you know it wasn't the Jews. I kind of do want to know who the jerk who was invented taxes. It was the Jews. No, just kidding. It wasn't. It was the Egyptians. And that's why the Jews really got out. It's the real reason. The real reason they got out of. Get out of there. They're just going to charge us taxes. We're good with money. We know how to avoid it. Let's see, what else can we go to? I went on a date. I went on a date with this girl, and she was so intense. She's like, hey, I want to be, after the first date, she's like, I want to be exclusive. And I'm like, I'm exclusive by default. It's a defaulted position. She was interesting. We were on a date, and she's like, we got on the topic of grandparents, and I was like, oh yeah, my grandfather survived the Holocaust, and she's like, oh, mine did too, and I was like, oh really? She's like, yeah, and I was like, oh, and I'm like, oh, you're Jewish, and she's like, no, he's a Nazi. I was like, not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Yeah, she was intense. Yeah, I have more on that, but I'll have to figure out the jokes there. There's something there, but not for today. Let's see. So I work at a fashion company. And people like to air their grievances. And this gentleman, he was talking about the bra, and I had this experience where this girl came up to me and she said, I hate men because they invented the bra. And being autistic, I had to correct her. And I said, no, it was a woman who invented it, not a man. And because if it was a man, it wouldn't exist. It wouldn't exist if it was a man. Or if it was, it'd be Velcro. It'd be Velcro. Much easier to take off. Or tie your shoe. So I was in my boss's office, the CFO's office, and he was cool, and we were talking, and then the billionaire CFO came in. He was pissed, He's like, if the board doesn't give me what I want, I'm gonna quit. And he turns to my boss and says, you can come with me and work at one of my other companies. And then he turned to me, and then he left. And I kind of wonder, like, when that happened, what he was thinking, what the CEO was thinking, and I was thinking maybe he's like, I thought we fired that guy. Or he still works here, or he owes me that report. I don't know. I didn't ask him, but he did leave. And I have other jokes there, but I cannot tell them due to not wanting to be fired. So, lastly, I joined a gang of accountants. I do want to join a gang because I kind of wonder how to get into the gang, and I'm pretty sure I've been looking for the Indeed job offering, but I haven't yet found it. So now I just sell drugs on the street, hoping that one would come up and say, "You're really good with your numbers." Thank you very much. My name is Alan Weiss. You can find me on Instagram at Alan W. Weiss.
I wanted to make sure I heard it.
Yeah.
Alan W. Weiss for all of your accounting needs. This night went so quickly, but where's the man with the hair? All right, let's give a big push for the comedy of the one and only Sarouche. Sarouche!
Thank you very much, Cinda. That was amazing. We've had so many comics. We had the accountants. We had Patty, venture capital extraordinaire, doing great. We have Albert, the amazing actor and comedian. You've had everyone from everywhere. It's been pretty good. It's been a good night. And then you two. How did you guys meet Cinda?
We met her at the networking event on Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
I think the Chamber of Commerce. Yes.
Cool. Okay. How did she introduce herself? Was there anything exciting? Because Cinda, it's.
No, honestly, when she introduced herself, because we kind of like went around the circle and like said who we were and what we did, and when she just said LA School of Comedy, I was like, that's not like anything else that's in here, so it piqued my interest.
Okay.
So I ran up to her as we were leaving, and I was like, oh my god, I wanted to talk to you, and she was like, oh my god, here's my number, let's take a picture, come to the show, and here we are.
That's adorable. That's adorable. That's so cool. Damn. Okay. So now you have a picture of Cinda. That's pretty good.
I do. I'm gonna be on the wall.
You are gonna be on the wall. That's good. You're gonna be framed right next to Justin Bieber. He's a good dude. He's pretty good. What else? I feel you over here. Like you with the I mean, you don't really have girl problems. You kind of made it. You're like you had. I haven't made it yet. How did you meet your girlfriend?
On Hinge.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What was who texted who?
I texted her first.
What was your line? I need all the advice that I could get.
She's a painter, so she had a photo of her next to a painting, and I said, "Let me be your new muse."
Oh, damn. That's some good ones. Did it work? Like, are you? I mean, I guess it worked. Obviously, no, but like, has she painted you yet?
No.
Not yet.
She does abstract, so.
Okay.
I'd be offended.
Offended? All right, cool. So it uses you emotionally,
Yeah.
probably all the love. Okay. I am. I guess everyone's insecure about something. I'm 27, and I was a 21-year-old virgin. No, 24 actually, 24-year-old virgin. Silence. Okay. There we go. You guys are also insecure about it as well. I'm not. We're having a good time. Yeah. I guess like I was always. I'm half Persian, half Japanese. They're very successful, driven people. And I would just never had time to think about it. And then you kind of know that you've been a little too focused when your Persian grandmother, they're like super into like success and like you being a heart surgeon and everything like that. When she takes my hand and she's like, it's time. it's time. I'm like, Grandma, I have studies, I have to work. And she's like, please don't study. Just don't. It's sad. And so I had to get on it. But like, you know, when you are 24 and you haven't really had any experiences with girls, you get really insecure. You're like, I don't know if like a girl will like me. Like, I don't know if like, you know, I'm really skinny, so I was like insecure about that. I was like, oh, like would a girl like me because I'm really skinny, and like I have like this weird shaped penis. It's like, it's not. You get insecure about how it will come across. You've seen one, haven't you? You reacted a little bit. You've seen many. Okay, maybe not many. Maybe not many. Well, no assumptions. But you get insecure, and you're like, I don't know. You're like, am I gonna be accepted? Like, will a girl like me? All this stuff. And you know, I'm on the apps. I'm on Hinge, trying to make Grandma proud, and I'm get in touch with this beautiful girl. She is. I guess we both had similar stories. She wasn't amused, but she was a dancer, so that was cool. And we hit it off. She was in LA, and I drove up here. You know, met her, and it was crazy. It was like the first time this beautiful girl like found me exciting and interesting, and like I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like I didn't know this could happen. Is it all? It's not that surprising, Cinda. Talking about after the fact. And so like, but it was interesting because like we get done with our first date and it goes really well. We're like at the park, we're walking around. We get back to her car, and like she's like a confident girl. She's beautiful, and she starts tripping over her words. She's also insecure about stuff, and she's insecure. She starts saying like, hey, like, I don't know if this is a deal breaker, but like, I don't think we can have sex until like maybe a month in, or maybe even longer. Like, I just don't know if you can think about that. And all I could think about was like, I don't know if you like know this, but I haven't had sex in 300 months. You don't think I can wait a month? I feel like it's almost like I was like a starving person, and like there was this amazing restaurant, and this amazing restaurant, like a person comes out and they're like, hey, like I know we can give you some food, but it's gonna be like an hour. Like, we understand if you want to move on, that's okay. I have no options. This is the best option ever. Like, this is the best restaurant, whatever. And so it was just wild for me to see her so insecure, but we took it slow, and like, you know, it was like a month went by, and then we stuff happened, and like that was honestly the fastest I've ever had sex. I think that was great. I don't know why she was so insecure about it. But like it builds up to that night. She invites me to her place, and you know, it's going really well. But like but like my insecurities come up. You know what I mean? I get like anxious. You know, it's an intimate moment when you take off your clothes and you're like with this person, and like, you know, you're like, oh, like, you know, what is she gonna think? Like, I'm skinny. I don't know if she likes that. Like, you know, I'm like. This is a vulnerable moment. It's not the time to laugh, and so like you know, I like I'm nervous about, you know, my penis, and so like she takes off my pants, and this is her. She's like, she gasps. It's not gasp worthy. Like, it's normal, but like not, I guess not that normal, but like she gasps, and she's like, and I'm like, oh my god, like, is it like what is it? Is it okay? Like, whatever. And she's like, no, it's beautiful. And I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. And I tell her I'm insecure about it, and she's like, no, you're fine. And so she takes off her top, and she like, I'm like, first of all, like, I've never seen anything before in my life. So I just like I had to double back and like I'm like hyperventilating into like a pillow. I'm like, oh my god, this is wild. But she's nervous. She's like tripping over her words because she had a breast reduction, and so she has like scars on her. She has scars, and like I am, and she's scared about what I'll think, and you know she tells me this, and I'm like, honestly, like they're a lot right now. I don't know if I could handle that much more. So it's like I think you're good. This is good for me. This is good for me. And so, you know, it's just crazy. It's like, you know, we were both insecure about our own things, and like we were both afraid that the other person wouldn't accept us, and we were both in the clear. And like we are which way do I want to go for this? Okay, maybe I'll start with the ending. Yeah, it was just I was blown away. First of all, like the fact that you know, I was just so insecure about this thing all my life. Like, you know, my penis, like Captain Hook over here, and like, you know, I was like, my body, and like, you know, she was also insecure about her stuff, and it was just crazy to me to see like, you know, some of these things we just create in our heads, and the moment that we talked about our, you know, our insecurities, like they weren't over our heads anymore. So it was cool. And now, you know, now I get to like, you know, own it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm skinny, like probably can't protect you. It's okay. Like she didn't mind that I couldn't protect her, and it was okay. Like, and you know, I can own my penis, and I can say, you know, now I have like an endearing adjective. I call it curvilicious. It's great. It's curvilicious. It's a good, you know, it's good there. Maybe it can reach things that it couldn't before. That's it. Okay. And with that, I will leave you guys. You can find me at Soroush Etadal. SOROUSHEETADAL.
There you go. You know why I'm laughing? I imagine that his hair is done down there. Can you imagine? He has a shaved little bounce to it. Right? Just like you can see what mine look like, right? My kitchen's. So come up here for a second. Say something. Get up here, Janet. You, come on. Yeah, get up here for a second. I know you don't. Come introduce yourself. Tell them what you do. Here's what we're doing, right? Come on.
This is so insane. Well, let me just give a big shout out to everyone who's been on here tonight. You guys have been absolutely amazing. It's been so nice to be surrounded by so many people who love comedy and who are brave enough to put themselves up here to do comedy. My name is Janet, like Sunda said. Who am I? I don't want to get existential on y'all, but I this is so crazy. You guys really do this. So I just want to get comfortable, you know, before I tell you guys like about myself. So my name is Janet. I'm 25. I actually come from Dallas, so I'm not from LA. It's been quite an experience being here. I thought this was, you know, like the City of Stars, Sunset Boulevard. It's been a lot of potholes. It's been a lot on my car. But other than that, I really love LA. So shout out to y'all for hosting me in your city. I am a creative. I am a content creator. I am a community curator as well. I really advocate for, honestly, spaces like this. And I think that's why I was so excited to come. Because I think communities need spaces like this for people who love comedy and love to perform to be here and be able to grow. And so that's me. I have a TV show on Instagram called Seasons of J, because I love being the main character. And no one would make me the main character, so I took it upon myself to be the main character in my own TV show. I love people. I love life. I love my friends. And that's it. This was so crazy. Thank you, Sunda. Oh, you can find me on Instagram on @seasonsofj, or you can also find me at Jantelope, spelled like cantaloupe, but with the J. I was in 8th grade. It's a whole thing, but thank you guys.
Great job. Great job. See, that wasn't hard. I took your phone. You know why?
That's all right.
I thought you could do me a favor because we got to save face. Let's just have a minute for Grace. Come on, Grace. Just say hello to people. Come on. Now you got your phone ready for her? Okay. This is Grace.
I'm actually, my humor is so different, so I won't even try. But thank you guys. Just for your vulnerability. This is awesome. This is amazing. I walked in and I saw a couple white guys. I totally passed up on Albert. I didn't see him. And I got a little scared and I was like, where's Suna? Somebody grab her really quick and almost left. But it's fine. It's fine. And that's just the Texas in me. We don't trust y'all. But no, this is great. Thank you guys for having us. I'm Grace. I guess I'm unemployed, but they say to say in between jobs. But essentially, like, I left the world of like nonprofit and education to come to LA with Janet on the most irresponsible trip of our entire lives. But it's been very fantastic. If anyone just has Ava DuVernay's number, that's the best thing that I can ask for. But other than that, yeah, I've got nothing going on. Other than that, I too have a creative outlet which is called Art of Grace, but that handle was taken on Instagram, so it's Art O Grace if y'all are looking for that. And I just essentially want to bring independent filmmaking to Texas, but not just simply like not production side, more of a artist development. Another reason why we were interested in this, just from my point of view, just creating a space for people to develop their talent is so interesting. So kudos to you. And yeah, that is all I've got.
Where can we find you, Grace?
Yeah, Arto Grace, or if you're looking for me, it's my government name, Grace.Feyshatan, so that's FEYISETAN. Yeah.
Oh, I want you to meet Anya. He's not here tonight. So now I'm the one falling. All right, so if you guys were watching, you saw me trip, I'll see you next fall. If people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you won't know till you take it from the page to the stage. Special thanks to Samantha Linderman for pulling this off tonight. God bless you. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm Sundar Kronquist. Please follow us. Thank you and good night.